Hello Libra, this is your extended reading. So, it's so fascinating how the cards communicate to me these messages. And I feel like, yes, perhaps this wish, this manifestation that is coming very real in your life in a very tangible way to you. I feel like it could be a partnership, a relationship, this other, right, that we saw here at the end of your first part with this Two of Pentacles. Perhaps it is another person. And I feel like this other person, so the first part, overall, I feel like it's your experience, your perspective, your side of the story, right? And then when it ends with this meeting really, happening in a really three-dimensional way, I feel like this part of the story is where you interact with one another. So this is the side of the other person, or perhaps how you are viewing them, how you are receiving their energy, right? How you are just perceiving this other that was that is actually your wish fulfillment, right? So we start off with the Knight of Swords. And so this card came through, and it was a little bit ambiguous in the beginning because I was asking whether this one is you or them, right, Libra? And because of the cards that followed, I feel like initially it's them because of, the second card that came through, which was the Hermit. But we'll get there. So first of all, this Knight of Swords is coming with, the ability to voice their visions, to voice their mind, to voice their opinions in a very skillful way, right? And in a very interesting way, in a way that you are you are in awe with the way that they speak, in a way that they articulate thoughts, right? I feel like this is someone that you're going to admire by their ability to communicate, right? And to just talk, right? And just chat in the most, in a very rich way, right? In a very abundant way, in a very intelligent way. So when this card came after the Hermit, the picture that these two cards were painting to me about this one that is arriving, right, for you, is that perhaps their physical appearance, their looks, their the clothes that they wear, or their haircut, or whatever, just their their first the first image that you have of them could be very, it's almost like an unconscious judgment of how you see them as being a little bit immature or maybe childish, right? But I feel like that is just, it's so quick, because I feel like the way that they speak, it's so wise, is so filled with rich content and rich conversations and interesting topics, right? That you could just speak for hours. You just could, the conversation would never end, right? Because they have gained a lot of knowledge, perhaps for being alone for a long time, and working on themselves, and enriching themselves with this pure knowledge, right, of this Hermit. But I feel like this Hermit is coming through with another message also about this Knight of Swords, that this Hermit is it's their core, is their wisdom that it's not that they keep it a secret, it's just that they do not open up to anyone. You know what I mean? But I feel like with you, they show this side, right? Which is very rich, is the way that it's coming through. It's very wise, right? It's filled with pure knowledge, right? And the beautiful thing is that after this Hermit came the Two of Cups. And so this Two of Cups, it's like, to me, is so, okay, the first thing that came through with this Two of Cups was obviously a connection with the Two of Pentacles, like a connection with the first part, right? Because here it was this physical meeting with this other, with this dreamlike person, right? That was just in front of you, right? That showed up in front of you. And I feel like here, once you start talking with them, once you just get to know them a little bit better, and you know, you enter this really, what is the word? Because it's like this is their core, right? This is who they truly are, and this is how they appear. So they could have this perhaps really protective shield, right? That's why they don't open up with anyone, right? They don't easily talk to everyone, although they have this wisdom that is just ready, you know, to interact and communicate, because they hold so much knowledge, right? And so, sorry, my nose is just so itchy. Okay, so I feel like here is where they open up for you to enter in this sacred space for them, right? Because to me, the way that I'm seeing today is that they have been here alone for a long time and developing themselves, working on themselves, right? And here, once you both meet and you hang out for a bit and you just chat and exchange, you know, words and just talk and get to know each other a little bit better, I feel like it quickly becomes a really emotional connection, right? And because it feels to me like you're both in this sacred space, right? And the funny thing, because after the Two of Cups came this Eight of Cups. And so the reason why I'm saying that, you know, you're both here inside this sacred space that, you know, they allowed you to enter, I feel like it's purely metaphorical, right? It's just this image, this analogy, because in reality, the way that I'm seeing is like both of you are in a very crowded place because of this Eight of Cups. And so the way that I'm seeing is that these two cups, which, you know, is you and the other, you're here in the middle, you know. But do you know, like, you know, when you make eye contact with someone that is really important for you, like, even though they are a stranger, immediately there is a connection, right? And it feels like everything else is just blurred away, right? It disappears, you know, time goes by differently, right? It slows down and everything else disappears around you. That's what I'm seeing here with this Eight of Cups. You know, just talking about this surroundings or the context in which you both are. And so I feel like although it could be very chaotic, you know, with very different energies around you, you know, both of you in the middle of this crowd with very diverse levels of frequency, right? I feel like you both, you know, make eye contact, and you know, this heart connection, this heart contact, right? And then you are both in this sacred space, right? Despite all of the confusion, all of the chaos around you. And so after this Eight of Cups, these three cards came together. The Nine of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and Judgment. So yeah, I talked a little bit about how you judged, you know how we judge a book by its cover, right? It's almost like the feeling that I have that you, Libra, did once you saw this Nine of Swords, right? But quickly overcoming that. But here it is, you know, the Judgment, and I feel like this is the real, it's because remember here in the first part also you have a switch that flips in your mind, right, with this Ace of Swords, which makes you see clearly the truth of your vision, right? That's something that it's not just in your mind, it's like in front of you, right? With, you know, the wave of emotions that it's just bringing, that it's just coming through with this realization. But I feel like here it's where, okay, so the word that I'm getting right now is release, because what I'm sensing here with this Nine of Wands is that both of you have been through, you know, trials and tribulations and hard experiences that were tough, perhaps, right, in the past. But they were crucial, they were essential for both of you to be shaped into your most, to your truest core, right? Because the way that I'm seeing this Seven of Pentacles right now is like this, you know, this diamond in the center that was being carved by this Judgment, by this hammer, right? And so I feel like all of the hard experiences, all of the tough moments in your life, all of the obstacles that you have, both of you have had to overcome in your life so far, it was this carving of this perfect diamond, of this really potent and really strong and really, it's like, because it's the union of the truest truth with the most, it's like the core of it, right? It's like this pure gem, it's how it's coming through, this pure gem that you hold inside, but in a very practical way, in a very tangible way, as a human being, right? And you know, it's not that it was intentionally hard, or it was the universe, you know, beating you on purpose to see how you could face it, right, or overcome it. But I feel like it was, I'm just seeing like this, the hands of a sculptor, you know, with a hammer, and you know, cleaning and, you know, taking off the excess of stone and dust and just bringing life, you know, just exposing this diamond from, you know, in the core of it, right, that is here. And I feel like this is where the release comes, right? Because both of you have been through very hard trials, but you both have overcome it, and both of you are these precious gems, right, that are meeting, you know, in this sacred space filled with knowledge and wisdom, right? And so here also, it's funny because the last two readings, the card at the bottom of the deck wanted to speak, and today yours do too. So your card does too, right? Okay, I hope I said it correctly. So the card at the bottom was the Nine of Pentacles, and this card is just making sense of explaining to me that all of these trials from the Nine of Wands were just to, you know, because it was this not cleaning but carving of this precious diamond, right? Both of you hold this in your core, and that's the reason why you both have built such strength, such groundedness, such independence. You know, both of you, I feel like, are so aligned with your core, with your heart, but with your, you know, this gem that it's inside you, that is this point of guidance of all of your decisions, all of your actions, all of your movement. And so I feel like this is the point of, because I'm questioning right now the reason why all of this came, right? And I feel like right now this card is answering the reason that you both have had to go through this, because you could not have met before both of you found yourselves by yourselves. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I said that correctly, but I feel like both of you had to find alignment within before coming together, right? I hope it makes sense. So I'm going to pull now the runes, a rune from the astrological runes as a final guidance for you, Libra. So let's see what the runes have to say. Oh no, this is, I cannot believe this. I mean, seriously. So the rune that came through was the South Node. If you go to yesterday's video, to the extended, Virgo's extended, you'll see that this is the exact same rune that came through. And the reason why I'm laughing and I cannot believe this, it's because I feel like this is like a common thread for a lot of people, right? For the collective, in a sense, because I feel like it's the same message that is coming through all of the readings that had this rune as a final guidance about, you know, you being in a new chapter of your life, you being, you know, in this starting point that is going to be like this this new journey, this new path in your human evolution, but like a very spiritual and liberating path of evolution, right? Because the South Node, if you know a little bit of astrology, the South Node is always opposite to the North Node. And the way that I see these nodes of the moon is it's like, you know, the north of a compass and the south of a compass. So symbolically to me, it's the place that we're leaving, you know, the starting point, and the place that we're our destiny, or the place that we're heading towards, right? And so this is your starting point, Libra, as it was for Virgo, and as I think we are all, like, as a as humanity, as a collective, you know, in this new starting point, right? Ready to begin this new journey, this new path ahead that holds a lot of so the word that I was going to say was lessons, but I was corrected by the word gifts. There are precious gifts that are just waiting for us along this new path. So I hope this was you know, helpful or insightful for you, Libra, if you're resonating with this message. Thank you so much for being here with me. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.